Hi friends, welcome to channel Tech World. To get regular update for new content, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Hey guys, welcome to the new video tutorial that we are going to discuss about two-way SSL. So in our last SSL video that we have discussed about the SSL concept and the different types of SSL, we have already gone through the one-way SSL and also we have gone through the demo. If you have not seen that, please go ahead and watch that video. So here what we are going to discuss about, we have prepared a small presentation or a small demo for two-way SSL, so that we are going to go through. Okay, let's get started. So in case of one-way SSL, the last time that we have discussed, you can see the server and client relationship. There is a one certificate that is getting exchanged and the client trust store, it should be available. That request which is coming from the server, the client, it should trust that particular certificate. Then only the handshake will be happen and the certified data will transfer from the server to client. Okay, in case of two-way SSL, the two party certificate transformation, or the two even for the server and the client, both need to trust each other certificate. So then after that only you can the handshake will happen and the data will be transferred from the server to client. So in this diagram, so what you are seeing is, so first of all, so client need to trust the server, and also again the server has to also validate it, the client certificate. So the two side, once the server is going to give the certificate to the client, and again the client has to send back the required certificate to the server, then only the trust is going to be happen. Then the certificate, the handshake will be happen between the server and the client. Then only your data transfer can be possible, right? So I hope you are understanding it, but let me go ahead and create this self-signed certificate and show a demo. That would be best option to understand, right? So I'm going to use this key store explorer. Also, if you guys want to change it, I'm going to use key store explorer. Or you can use this key tool command to exchange, create the certificate and exchange it. So that also possible. Okay, so I'm going to create a new key store. I'll create of type JKS, and here I have the option to generate key pair. Okay, so here it is going to generate the private and the public key pair for me. So this is the first one, and the second one also we will do it, and which is for the client, right? We will create one for server and another one is the client. Create a JKS for the client. I'll create a key pair first, RSA key pair. Okay, I need to fill all these name attributes. So just creating a demo. So whenever the actual certificate, you will put the request, so the actual details has to be provided to create the certificate or key pairs. So alias, I'm going to give it client. I need to give the password as admin. Okay, so the key pair has already been generated. Let me save it. This is for the JKS. It's prompting me another password. Okay, I'm going to save it as client.jks, so I'll store in the same place. So here I'm going to name it as client.jks. So I have two JKS files, one is for client and the server. So what we need to do next is we need to exchange the certificate. Okay, so I'm going to extract the certificate. Notice it, guys, I mean this is very important. So here I'll name it as client. Okay, so I'm going to extract the client certificate from okay, I'm going to extract the certificate. Okay, so here is the export option. Okay, so this is for the client certificate. I'm going to export it. Okay, likewise the same I need to do it for server. I need to export its certificate, and once it's exported, the client certificate I need to put it in the server JKS, and the server certificate I needed to put it in the client, so that they will trust each other. So this is the certificate exchange that you need to do it in case of two-way SSL. And showcase the demo that we have prepared in Spring Boot application, how we can achieve the two-way SSL communication between two microservices, right? So here you can see I have created a demo service, and I have created another demo secondary SSL enabled Spring Boot service. Okay, so here we have created a endpoint. So if I'll open my controller, so here I have created test endpoint which is returning hello world. Okay, what we did is, if you will see this in this application properties, we have enable client SSL. Okay, so what does it mean? Whenever in our one-way SSL, you guys have seen it, like how if we put all this server SSL details, so it will make it SSL enable. If we make it client authentication also, we put it as want, that means the client which is making connection to this service, that also it wants to be authenticated. Okay, that makes the application two-way SSL enabled. Okay, so hope you guys are clear. So in the second, so this is we are treating as a server, which is the backend service, and this is we are treating as the client service. So from this client service, we have also put the client authentication enabled here. This is also a two-way SSL enabled, and from this one we are going to invoke the secondary service. Okay, so how do we invoke it? So we will use a REST template. This is the Spring provided. Hope you guys are familiar with REST template. So this class is pretty much, you know, like the central class for synchronous client-side HTTP access. Okay, you can make a REST API call using a REST template. As we are going to use the SSL enable service, I need to configure this REST template to invoke the SSL enabled service or SSL enabled HTTP endpoint through HTTPS, right? So here it is the URL where my secondary service is running on localhost 8091, and this is HTTPS, this certified enabled. Okay, so how do I make it configurable? If you can see this get REST template, So this get rest template, I'm making it configure. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm reading this from this certificate path. I'm reading the JKS file, creating the key store instance, loading with the required password for that. Okay, and I'm trusting the I'm creating a SSL context, building a SSL context where I have provided the required key store and the trust store to make the SSL enable, to make it enable. Then I need to create a client object, and that how do I need to build it in this way. I'll put this code in the ZTop, then you guys can access it. So in this HTTP client, I need to pass this SSL context where I have already used the required key stores, and I need to return back this REST template object. Okay, so this REST template object, I can use this Exchange API to trigger that particular endpoint that I have configured here. Okay, so let me go ahead and start these two services. Then we can click on, hit this endpoint, which will internally get data, which will internally connect to the other backend service and get me the required data, right? So let me start the two services simultaneously. Okay, so while it's getting started, hope you guys are clear. If you guys have any doubt, please give the required comment so that I will help you in understanding. So this is the best way. The project that we have, the demo that I have prepared, it already going through the required concept and how you can create a self-signed certificate and how can you do the exchange between client and server, and with a demo service example that I'm just currently showing you how you can customize your REST template so that you can invoke the HTTPS enabled endpoint. If you guys have any doubt, please go through my earlier videos that has the SSL and the one-way SSL and its concept, and the other Spring Boot videos that will be really helpful. Please do subscribe to our channel to get updated all for new upcoming videos. Okay, so I hope service is already get started. One is running on this 8091. This one is the 8080 will running on the default port. I have treated this service as the client service, and which internally making a call to 8091, and you can see this gets started with HTTPS because this is SSL enabled, as well as the client and the server. Both the applications are HTTPS enabled. So I'm going to hit localhost 8080, then get data. So what it's going to give me, that bad request, this combination of host and port required TLS. That means I need to access through HTTPS, not HTTP. Now, as this is a self-signed certificate, this will import it because I have already done it. I had already accepted in my system. So that is the self-signed certificate is already accessed it. So here it is the response that I'm getting, that is 200, that is the HTTP status code, and the hello world. Hello world, from where we are getting this hello world? Let me show you guys. So what response I'm sending? From this response I'm sending the status code and the response body. From where this response body is coming? From here. Okay, this is what the response is coming. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. Please do subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for all this upcoming new videos. Thank you.